Thursday, July the 9th, the City Commission work session meeting. Roll call, please.
Mayor Litchfield.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Duplantis.
Here.
Commissioner Webb.
Here.
Commissioner Villanueva.
Here.
Commissioner Arias.
Here.
Okay. Only item on the agenda tonight is the discussion regarding the amendment to the interim city manager's contract.
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to have this as a work session item, as well as the time and the duration. I know we will not have interviews for the city manager position until next Friday, the 17th. And my 90-day contract does expire tomorrow. So I wanted to be able to have a contract in place until we can get a new city manager hired. And at this point, I'd stand for any questions or any suggestions.
Yeah, I must have missed. Where's the contract?
The last
The
page.
very last page,
Oh.
right there.
What is the change between what you're doing now and what's in here?
There's no change from the previous version. The only thing that I have changed right now is the highlighted portion is the July 10th. It'd be effective for 90 days. And if you wanted to go 90 days, if you want to go less, I think a lot of that's kind of going to be determined on what we find out after interviews next Friday. But again, like I said, I wanted to leave it up to the commission.
Well, I think personally we'll leave it 90 days and then we can always, if we find somebody or hire somebody before then we know that it'll be terminated. So,
What is the department you lead when you're not city manager?
I'm assistant city manager / public works director, and I oversee 7 departments. I have water, wastewater, streets, sanitation, airport, facilities, maintenance, and the lab.
Well, so actually you oversee them, but you don't have a department directly under you.
All of those departments, all of their supervisors report to me
The
directly.
supervisors,
Yes.
but you don't actually do them. Okay. So how do you think they've been suffering now?
I think it does take away from me being able to do my primary job because I have picked up the rest of the city. But I mean, so far so good. We're plugging along, and it does deter me from that. But yes, to answer your question, yes, it does.
So then if we wind up interviewing the city manager, what'd you say, next Friday? And then we decide to hire them, how long do you think it'll be before it comes on board?
That's hard to say based on it's what fits their agenda. If they are currently employed, it's also based on COVID. It's based on their situation. It's hard to tell.
What is the commission looking at? If we hire somebody who want to have it within 30 days or so?
well, it would depend on what they have to give their.
Usually 30-day notice is mostly what, I mean, you're already extended.
Well, like I say, though, if we go ahead and accept this as a 90-day, we can always,
Shorten it.
yeah, we can shorten it if we get someone hired and they can be here within 30
We would
days.
have to come back and re-amend the contract rather than when we just go 60 days and then if we need 30 days more, we'll go for it. We got a week from now and that will leave us almost a total of 50 days when the determination is made.
Well, I know in the ordinance it reads that we have to have, that we should have had someone before the first 90 days. Is there, I guess in the ordinance does call for extensions and such, right?
It doesn't state. That's old and outdated. So to answer your question, it doesn't say either way. It's great. It doesn't say you can't do it, and it doesn't say that you can't do it.
Cannot do it. Yeah, the whole deal is, it's just the budget is so tight already, and then we're looking at the fact is that 90 days is a good period of time, but at the same time, we can give the other guy 30 days or so training with this guy. And then the other guy has 30 days to give notice where he wants, if he wants to come on board, you know.
Well,
And they also have to have the time to move here, unless it's somebody that's local.
time to move, and also I think the situation we're in, we're gonna want them to quarantine for a while as well, just to.
Well, that'll be 15 days a month.
So the other thing on number 4, it's something that was in the previous contract as well. It says the appointment of Martinez interim city manager may be terminated by either party by providing 2 weeks written notice regardless if a permanent city manager has been named. So I think if we do come across where they are able to, the new city manager will be able to come in before that 90 days, as long as you give me 2 weeks, say, hey, we're gonna be terminating this interim position, the city manager take over on this date, then it would nullify this contract as long as it's 2 weeks notice. And we are, I like to emphasize, we are saving money with this. We are paying one salary. Like you mentioned, I am doing the work, both the city manager and my previous duties. So we're actually saving my salary as my old position. We're saving a little over the top where I'm not requesting as much funds, a salary as the previous city manager was. So we're saving money overall.
And number 5, this 15% salary increase, that was what was previously enacted, right? This is a 15% increase over what we
Correct.
agreed on.
Correct. So it's not an additional 15. It says we'll continue to receive a temporary salary increase of 15%. It's not an additional 15 on top of what was there before.
Yeah, but you're yourself saying is that usually usually being neglected at this point. So, yeah, we're saving money, but it's being neglected, you know. So you're doing it the best you can, you know.
Correct.
Well, I guess if we can do the two-week termination, I don't see.
What? Did you say something, Paul?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I guess of those 2 weeks, termination clause, I think we could, go the 90 days, and if we feel we need to call it quits earlier, then we can do it.
Well, and if I may ask, Mark, I mean, this is your second go around. This is we're renewing you again for another 90 days. How's the job been? I know you've had your hands with a pandemic, with the budget, but other than that, you know, how's it going?
It's going well. You're right, it has been stressful. I've come into this in a little bit different position than last time. We do have the pandemic going on. We do have some tough budget decisions that had to be made, and it's stressful. And unfortunately, I had to be the person in the seat to make those decisions. So it's been tough. But either way, those decisions are going to have to be made no matter who is here. We have been getting things accomplished. We are working on different things behind the scenes as far as trying to bring economy. I'm working on a solar project, been down. I was going to bring it up in my manager's report tonight, at the county, working on things with the GIS person, with Daniel Zamora, on trying to get things together to a point where we're able to make a presentation to EDC and to the city commission.
What is that?
That was the phone. I
Oh,
don't know if something's coming up on
Oh,
the side. But no, we got some great things going. Like I said, we've been making some hard decisions during this time, but it's something that has to be done to progress forward with the city. We're trying to get out of living in a deficit. Operations seem to be going better in certain departments. I know some morale's down because unfortunately there were the reduction in hours in some places, but in others, it seems like morale's up. So it's juggling that all the time. But we do have some great things moving forward. And I do, and I've expressed it before. I'm here for as long as the commission wants me to be here. I feel comfortable this time, whereas last time we were trying to tread water and just trying to get things done as soon as possible and get somebody in here. This time around, I don't want the commission to have to make a decision where they feel they have to settle, they have to rush. I think things are going as good as they could right now, and I don't think bringing anybody else or setting for anybody else would help us any more than if I was here or not. So I just want y'all to know that I am willing to step up and be here as long as you need me to.
Well, thank you for saying that. 'Cause I was asking because that's actually the point I was going to get at is, and I know you didn't apply this last go around, but you know, I believe that the candidates that we have selected for interviews, I strongly believe within there we do have our next city manager. But if something were to fall through, if something were not to happen, I think that we still need to view you as a contender for this position. Obviously, the commissioners put their faith in you the first time, they put their faith in you the second time, and here we are a third time asking you to step back up. So, just good to hear your perspective on how you feel that it's going and where you're going.
It is a difficult position, like I said, but I'm more than willing to step up and serve my city to the best ability that I can. Like I said, we're doing we're doing things that are going in the right directions. It's against the grain. It's a little bit different. It's not traditional like it has been the last 50 years, but if it hasn't worked and it's been done for 50 years, it's time to take a new direction. And like I said, I'm here as long as y'all need me to. That's what I'm here for. And just don't feel that you have to rush into a decision just to settle.
Any other questions, comments?
Not from me.
Paul, anything you want to say?
Just wanted to ask about, the interviews are when for the city manager next week?
Next Friday
Next Friday.
Next Friday, okay. Alrighty.
what
I
time?
wanted to ask.
At 9 o'clock, right?
9, and then it's gonna be all day.
It'll be an all-day thing, right?
I have talked to Shannon today. She said one of the applicants has, they're unavailable at this time due to medical reasons. And if the commission wishes to do so, if you don't find your candidate within those applicants, he is willing to take an interview if you are willing to at a later date when he's available. It's just right now, he had something going on medically he couldn't attend.
Which one is that?
I'm not 100% sure, but I could find out.
Okay, anything else? Okay. Then, I guess I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Roll call?
Commissioner Moya,
Yes.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Yes.
Commissioner Arias,
Yes.
Mayor Litchfield.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Duplantis.
Yes.
Okay, we'll call you back later.
Okay, thank you guys.